Gama. I'm here at the Warajan Cultural Centre. Our cultural centre is called Warajan, which is named after one of our turtles. We have about 6 different types of turtles, and the largest turtle is the pig-nosed turtle, and this centre is named after that particular turtle. So the centre is actually in the shape of a pig-nosed turtle. So when you do an aerial flight over, you'll be able to see the actual shape of this centre. Here in the Northern Territory, Ballanda people say that they have 2 main seasons, but for us, local Bininj mob, especially here around Kakadu and Arnhem Land region, we have 6 seasons, and each of those different seasons are highlighted here. And so the season we're actually in right now is Gujau, which is the full wet season time, where we get a lot of rain. But yeah, with each of these different seasons, they have different things that identify the new change of each season. So during each of these different seasons, I'll say them out. This season now we're in is Gujau. Then we have the Bungarang season, which are some of the last rains, and so what happens, it usually starts to knock down a lot of the spear grass, which has grown to at least about 2 to 3 metres high. So that Bungarang season is some of those last rains knocking the grass down. And then when we come into Yeke time is the start of the dry season, when we start to get out there on the country and we start to burn the land, and yeah, it also starts to get a bit colder that time. So we'll start getting all our blankets and start rugging up big time, because for us local Bininj, we get very cold, and that's when we love to have a lot of bushfires around, but also where a lot of our old people and young people or community members live, we always love to camp next to the bushfire. Yeah, so we like to have a nice campfire with billy tea. So hopefully maybe sometime you might come and taste our billy tea and have some damper with us and come and share our stories. Then we come in after Yeke time, then we come into Wurgang. Wurgang time is when we start to get one of the woodland trees, which is the eucalypt, starts to bloom, and the flowers are beautiful and orange, and so for us that starts to identify that new season. And the eucalypt we call Anjalan. So yeah, Anjalan start to bloom at that time. Then we come into Gurung time. Gurung time for us is a great time when we go and eat magpie goose, hunt for them. Our old people back in the early days, if you come and have a look at our local cultural centre, you'll see some of the displays where it will show you how some of our old people used to hunt, especially around Gurung time, which is the start of the hot weather. We start to get a lot of magpie goose out on the floodplains, and in the cultural centre the display shows that our old people used to use sticks to actually get the magpie goose and kill them. So they'd set up on a platform like the one you'll see in the cultural centre, and then my grandfather used to set those platforms up nice and camouflage, so as the magpie goose fly over, he'll hit them with what we call an unbarnba, which is a throwing stick. So 1 stick, 1 goose, and if you missed, well, you'd starve. I mean, the whole family would basically starve for the night. So a lot of our old people very skilled back in the old days, and yeah, a lot of our new generation, some will adapt to some of the old ways, but yeah, some of our people use the new ways as well. So today we are now shooting magpie goose with shotguns. Yeah, so most of us have grown up with guns, and all the other old people, very skillful, use woomera and sticks back in the early days. Then our last season is Gunamellang season. Gunamellang is when we have some of the first rains. Gulumelling time is great because those rains start to make a lot of fruit, flower, and yeah, towards the end of Gulumelling time, we start to get all that rain starts to make all that trees, fruit, and then the fruit becomes bigger. By the time we come to the end of Gulumelling, we're eating a lot of those fruits. So, andut me, white apple, anjalpudu, bush potatoes, yeah, and lots of other fruit. Kamakro.